It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, February 18th, 2020, and it is 7 a.m. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Dale.
What's going on?
Another hard day at it.
A hard day at it, huh? Been here 30 minutes pressing them buttons. Man, we're about wore.
Hands are tired.
Oh, man.
I'm going to try to make it through the show, though.
Boy, I hope don't fall asleep. Now, yeah, you were yawning yesterday, remember?
Yeah. It was quite the weekend of basketball for me, and I don't play basketball.
Wow. So. It's hard to watch it.
No.
Yeah, yesterday you got David over here yawning and Bob Recktenwald down here, Mr. Excitement. Yeehaw.
Great
he
show.
Gets so cranked up. Just don't holler fumble. You'll knock the camera down. Anyway,
right
good
on.
morning, everybody. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host. David Stroud directing today. Mm-hmm. And we have cloudy conditions outside, a little bit cool. We'll get to the weather here in just a minute. But I need to tell you about your hometown Sears store right here in Mountain Home at 1029 Highway 62 East. They have the best in appliances. They have tools. They have lawn equipment. They have on-site repair. They can come to your home. Bob talked about yesterday the agreement, the maintenance agreement plans that you can get.
$175 for
it
five
covers like 5
appliances.
of them, And so give them a call today at 425-3191 and talk to the great folks at your hometown Sears store. Love Sears.
Sir.
I go back, Sears, and I go back till I was knee-high to a grasshopper,
Right.
Used to go to that Sears store in East St. Louis, Illinois.
Yeah. With your dad?
Dad, grandpa, mom, grandpa, grandma, and in fact, I've been down there in that 57 Studebaker.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that Silver Hawk.
You are old.
That 289 with overdrive. That car get 28 miles per gallon at 70 miles an hour.
I didn't
with
know
that overdrive. It sure did.
How about that?
Yeah, it sure did. That is a great car.
Yeah.
Have you ever driven a Studebaker?
No.
You've never lived.
Really?
People say my wedding day was the best day of my life until you drive a Studebaker.
I say that about a Mustang.
Just kidding. The Mustang. Yeah, you're a Mustang guy, ain't you?
Right.
Anyway, check out your hometown Sears store, 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191. Can't say enough good things about the folks down there at Sears. Appliances, home entertainment, tools, lawn equipment, and just a great variety of everyday needs. They don't have butter and milk. No, don't go in there when it snows. Other than that,
Give them a shot. Turn your business.
Hometown, it's locally owned, folks. We've got the box stores. Everybody knows that. But Sears is your hometown Sears store. These are folks from Baxter and Fulton and Izard counties that come in here and open that store every day to serve the community of North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. If you're in Missouri, come on down. Love to have you come down to the Sears store. So check them out. 1029 Highway 62. Now, where's that? Orchlands is here. Mm-hmm. Physical Therapy Connection here. You got the Sears building right here in with Sherman-Williams Paint, right behind Wendy's up on the hill. So
there you go.
Great folks, love Sears, and great prices and great deals going on right now at your local Sears store. And of course, we got Brewed Awakening coffee. Dave and I are enjoying I'm on my second cup. And you?
Half a cup.
Slacker.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You walked in the door after I did. Come on. You should have guzzled that stuff.
No way. One cup is enough.
One?
Yeah.
One?
Yeah. Then I go to work and get the muddy water.
There you go. Be sure to check out all 3 locations of Brewed Awakening Coffee. You got Baxter Regional Medical Center. You got Bomber Boulevard, which at 704 is going to be a little bit busy. They're always busy. I passed by there yesterday, about 3:30, something like that in the afternoon. They were still busy at Bomber Boulevard. And then, of course, they're at 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. Talk to Mike, the owner, doing really good and just busy and staying really busy, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So check them out. Brewed Awakening Coffee. They have the pumpkin spice, the French vanillas, and they can make the lattes and the mochas and whatever you want. It's great coffee. Come by here and have coffee with us. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive. Walk in those doors back there. Coffee pot's over here. Love to have you stop by. And so check them out. Brewed Awakening Coffee. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mm-hmm. And of course, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring you the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. That's not just their motto, that's how they do business.
Yes, sir.
29 Roller Funeral Homes in the state to serve you. One in Memphis, Tennessee. And talk to Bruce Brad, Charlotte, Chris, whoever else is out there. They may have some other folks out there by now. Great folks. They know what they're doing. It's a hard job, but they do it so well. Professional, caring, loving. What a staff. And so anywhere in the state of Arkansas, Roller Funeral Homes. It's, I mean, how do you do what they do and do it so well and serve the clients as well as they do? Went through it a year ago in November. Handed them paperwork. This is what I need. This is what I've got. Done deal.
Yeah.
Absolutely no problems. I mean, just perfect. So Roller Funeral Homes, pre-planned, whatever it may be. So Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, today, once again, I pray for those that are living in the so-called golden years and living alone. Day after day, weeks turn into months and they're all alone. Then perhaps health issues become an issue. A lot of these people have no family nearby. Lord, I really don't know how to pray for these people other than to ask you to give them hope and peace. Another problem is we don't know of a lot of these situations because the people that are lonely have no close friends. My prayer today is you help those alone, heal those that are alone with the health issues. It's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
Yeah,
it's not bad. You give lessons?
Middle of the week. I needed more coffee.
I told you, but you wouldn't listen.
Shot of mattress.
Told him, get more coffee, dude. Come on. Oh, morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retire to Arkansas.net. And that is where we find the view of the White River.
I love that shot.
Ooh. Wow. Beautiful shot this morning. The bridge lights are still on. The city lights are still on downtown Cotter. You're looking into Cotter, Arkansas, which is in Baxter County. The river separates Marion County from Baxter County. And the wonderful little town of Cotter, Arkansas. I love Cotter, Arkansas. You know, was down there at the little at the pavilion down there at Big Spring Park at Christmas. Beautiful little.
Yeah.
Just the park was really decorated. A lot of folks down there. A lot of fun. And so the live shot of the White River. Man, it's almost like a painted picture up there. You know, like something Dwayne Hayda would paint. You know, just have you seen Dwayne's paintings?
Huh.
Oh gosh. Local artist here on West Side Town. Beautiful, beautiful paintings.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So he can take a shot like that and paint it up.
Boy, talk about it. I mean, he's incredible.
Very nice.
You know, very good. So, once again, this live shot brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetiredArkansas.net. They can help you both in Arkansas and Missouri, from Marshall to Mountain Home to Mountain View, Arkansas, West Plains to Gainesville, areas in between. They've got the team ready to go, both in Arkansas and Missouri. All you got to do is call them at 870-405-0793 or check out RetiredToArkansas.net. And they need some listings, so if you're ready to sell or maybe need a little bit larger home, 2-bedroom to 3 or 4 bedroom, maybe just a little bit more yard for the kids to play, or need to downsize, whatever the situation may be, they're ready to go. They're ready to go. And Bob and Sam have gone through the Veterans Relocation Program. They can help the veterans with some real estate needs, so that's why you need to call the Z Team. Call them today, 870-405-0793. 49 degrees right now, Mountain Home, 50 at Flippin, 46 in Harrison, Yeovil at 50, Salem at 45, 49 in Calico Rock. Mountain View, Arkansas at 57. Around the region, St. Louis checks in at 39, while Poplar Bluff is 53. It's 150 miles difference. 39 degrees to 57 degrees. 39 to 53 degrees, that's quite a difference. 45 at West Plains, Branson at 41, but -2. -2 in Watford City, North Dakota. I'm going to refresh this. It hasn't been refreshed in about 10 minutes.
Please hold.
20 years ago. There we go. We do have some shower activity in Arkansas. I'm going to zoom this out so we have the overall national picture. Not much. Wow, nothing in Seattle today. Ooh, that's rare.
Surprising, yeah.
Somebody turned the rain off in Seattle. My goodness.
They're probably smiling right now.
I guess so. Wow. Oh, you know, you got your cold weather precip in the Dakotas, Montana, Utah, and Colorado where you expect it. But I am seeing some stuff here that stretches across from Quad Cities, Illinois, back towards just east of Kansas City. You get that in a minute. But we do have some precipitation in Arkansas. And so that stretches from the southwest part of Arkansas all the way up into Pennsylvania and parts of New York. Let's zoom in on Arkansas and see what's affected right now. Have a little bit in the northwest corner up to the northwest of Rogers. Fort Smith's getting a little bit of shower, and I-49 and I-40. I-40 with some shower activity west of Little Rock between Conway and Russellville. You see I-30 down towards Benton and Hot Springs with shower activity affecting Highway 71. And then I-40 from Little Rock to Memphis. Looks like it's going to be a rainy drive from Little Rock to Memphis on I-40. Stretches on into I-40 and 155 around Jackson, Dyersburg, Tennessee. I'll scoot that over a little bit. You see Jackson. This is I-40 here at Jackson coming from Memphis, that 90-mile run there. And then you've got Dyersburg to Jackson on Interstate 155 that turns into 412 with shower activity right there. 62, 412 not affected right now is same thing with Highway 65. It's not too bad at all, if any. And 67, 167 going to Little Rock to Poplar Bluff on up into St. Louis. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. And so we have a little bit of freezing precip to the southwest. Look right here. See, can you see the cursor right there? A little bit of freezing precip to the southwest of Ozark, Missouri. And then we have some freezing precipitation showing up. And that may not be hitting the ground. This is radar indications, you know. So I-49 Joplin on up towards Kansas City. You got the shower activity there. I-44 not affected hardly at all. I-70 though around Sedalia, Columbia, Jeff City towards St. Louis or Kansas City depending on your direction. You got some freezing precip there. Once you get past Jeff City and Columbia, you're in pretty good shape there. Of course, Jefferson City's on, I think it's Highway 63 at I-70, if I remember correctly. Interstate 55 coming in from Blytheville, Arkansas, all the way up into St. Louis, just minor showers, if any, there. Carbondale, Illinois, I-57, 24. Paducah in pretty good shape. Light showers there. Evansville, Indiana on Interstate 64 coming out of Illinois. A little bit of shower activity there, but from East St. Louis to about Mount Vernon, Illinois, no problem there. Interstate 70, Vandalia, Effingham, looks good right there. Terre Haute, Indiana on 70. You have traveled these roads, haven't you? I just do the roads I traveled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've traveled them.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that drive on I-70 from St. Louis towards Terre Haute and then Terre Haute on into Indiana, that's a pretty good little drive. Beautiful farms up there. We are picking up some freezing precip all the way up into Quincy, Illinois, around Jacksonville, Illinois. And I mentioned the Quad Cities. Did I miss that? Yeah, I don't see it now. Oh well. Anyway, no watches and warnings for Arkansas. We do have some flood watch boxes in Mississippi and Alabama, some fog along the Gulf Coast, winter weather advisory in Nebraska, northern Michigan, some in northern New York, and of course the New England states, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Connecticut, way up there, you know. And so for today, let's see what the 7-day looks like. Today, 20% chance of showers, high of 46, low of 29. Tomorrow, sunshine, 48. Wednesday night, 20% chance of showers, low of 31. And just a slight chance of rain or snow that night. Mostly cloudy on Thursday, high of 42. 45 on Friday with sunshiny skies. Saturday, slight chance of wintry mix, then chance of showers on 45 degrees. 20% chance of wintry mix and then slight chance of showers.
Sounds like a normal week in Arkansas.
Yep.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Yeah, true. We have an accident popped up here on Interstate 55 in Arkansas, 555. On Interstate 555, mile marker 15.9, an accident. And it's a 10th of a mile northwest of Mark Tree, Arkansas. I'll show you this so you can learn how to use it. You know, I wonder what that is. Well, that's what that is. You got an accident there on Interstate 555. That's old Highway 63 that went from, you get off at Mark Tree or... you know, when you get off on 60, you're going to Memphis on 55. That's now Interstate 555 towards Jonesboro. And so got an accident over there. Other than that, the roads are in pretty good shape. We've got some slow traffic in Little Rock on 630, on 30 towards Benton. A lot of traffic down there. And, of course, when you're on I-Drive Arkansas, you back out and you check your border states, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee. And we will take a look at Missouri, where they're all clear up there. A little bit of flood watch boxes on some of the county roads where you see like E or double E or M or double M. Be careful. They got some low water bridges out there that can be hazardous right now. And so with all the runoff from the rains we had last week. Morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. retiredtoarkansas.net. And once again, some of my friends in the St. Louis area getting ready to retire here in a few years. You need to take a look at that. Maybe you're going to come down to southern Missouri, maybe northern Arkansas. Love to have you come on down wherever you're at, watching on Facebook or YouTube. welcome, welcome. Come on down to the Twin Lakes area. Join the fun.
Place to live.
Yep. Well, let's see, community calendar. I've got one thing I got to pull up on the computer. We'll talk about this here a little bit more in a minute. The Basket Bingo fundraiser, Saturday, February 29th. And takes place at the Van Meter Senior Center at 1101 Spring Street. Concession stand with drinks and light snack items, 50-50 and door prize drawing. And this is to help the Van Meter Senior Center. Then this one came up. I'm going to throw this up on the screen so you can throw that on the live feed. The Call. This is called Pitch In for the Kids on February 25th at the Mountain Home Bomber boys basketball game during the first time out at the end of the first quarter. Bring a new pair of pajamas or socks for the 43 children in foster care in Baxter County. For more information, you can call Benita at 870-425-1285. You can go to B. Mealer. Well, you can see it on the screen there at mhbomber.com. And so 43 children in the foster care program in Baxter County. And this is to help, The Call is a Christian ministry. We've had them on shows, had them on a couple of times back when I was on the Mountain Talk days. And, foster care, it's tough right now. Yeah. We were talking, it's been years ago, so, don't set me in concrete on this, but the facts back then is you had a brother and two sisters. Well, the brother would wind up in Stuttgart, and one sister in Pine Bluff, and one, and they just spread them out. They separate them. And these kids are confused enough. Mm-hmm. And so the Call had stepped in with a Christian ministry for Christian parents to come in and bring these kids in and help. That's a tough job right there.
Definitely.
And so, anybody that can foster kids, and oh boy, that's tough. Anyway, that's going on. And I think that's it. You got anything?
It's time to vote.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Barbara Webb, Supreme Court, starts today. Don't forget about that.
Mm-hmm. Get out and vote.
And let's see. Let me check one other thing here. See if there's anything here. Don't forget, if you're visiting the area, daily tours at the Jacob Wolf House, historic site in Norfolk. A lot of fun down there. And I think we got it covered. 717, we got Area Agency on Aging here today. Tina and Jamie sitting right over there ready to come on, so we'll be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home. Whether you're a professional landscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn and Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn and Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area. When you need
And we're back with Area Agency on Aging, and Tina and Jamie are here. They're here once a month to update us on things going on, and there's a lot of information, so we'll get right to it. Hi.
Okay, morning.
Morning. How y'all doing?
Doing well.
Good to see y'all.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about some of the grants available. I am the director of Baxter House Adult Day Center, which is part of Area Agency on Aging, and some of the grant monies that are available can be used to pay for the services at Baxter House. The charge is $10 an hour for service at Baxter House, so sometimes that's a little steep for some people, so we try to help them find funds that will help them.
And if anybody doesn't know what a grant is, it is free money, basically. If you meet the criteria for each of the grants, then it's just money in your pocket with no strings attached, really.
Yeah,
And that's where the government agrees to give the tax money back.
no payback or anything on that. The first little grant I want to talk about is called a Lifespan Grant. It's only available February through March. It's a small grant, but it's helpful. You know, you can use it for respite care, whatever. There's no income base. You know, you don't have to be at a certain low income. It's
So that's based on the person's
need. Just a need.
So it's not just this
they have
grant-
to live in Arkansas. It doesn't matter how much income
Really?
they have.
They have to have a need for respite care.
Yeah.
really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for those of us, what do you mean respite? It's,
Relief for the caregiver, basically, is what it means. So they could have someone come into their home that needs to be paid, or they could bring them to the daycare and pay the daycare through that.
And let me clarify the term caregiver, because people will say, you know, you might have a company come in and they call them a caregiver. In these grant cases, what we're talking about is the primary unpaid informal caregiver. So it's like husband and wife, or daughter taking care of mother. The daughter isn't getting paid, and they're doing a lot of the stuff to care for their parent or whatever.
Been there, done that one.
And that is that's what we're talking about when we say caregiver. So it's to provide relief for the caregiver in their normal everyday responsibilities, because before you know it, you get burnt out really easily.
Or you have needs like you've got to go to the doctor, or you need to go to some kind of appointment, or go out of town for another family member, whatever the case may be. They just need a little bit of a break so they can do what they need to do. It's just everyday living could be the reason you use it. So $250 doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a pretty good little bit of relief if you are
It
really
could get
need
you a
some.
day or two or something like that.
Yeah, it sure could. So that helps, but that's only available through February and March, and it's called the Lifespan Grant.
And what was the age? Is there was no age limit for
No
the care
age limit.
recipient?
They just have to be an Arkansas resident and
providing
have a
respite.
special need, you know, like dementia, or, you know, basically a homebound type person. Then the agency has a caregiver grant that we provide that helps with respite care. That's up to $575. It's a one-time a year type grant. You have to be 60 or older, homebound with dementia, Alzheimer's, that kind of thing.
There's two different qualifications. There's either the person you're caring for has to be 60 and older, has to be frail and need some assistance. There's a few criteria like that. There's really not any income guidelines. We do screen for income, but that's really for, you know, if we get a whole bunch of grants in, we have to give priority to those in the greatest need and the most financial need. There's the elderly part, but then there's also a grandparent grant. So if you are 55 and older and you're caring for a grandchild, basically it has to be it says formally or informally. You have to live together. You have to be 55 or older. You have to be caring for the child. It has to be under 18. You have to be caring for the child because their biological parents are either unable to or unwilling to or whatever. So there are some criteria like that. And it can be used for things like daycare for the child. And it is also on a short-term basis because it is only $575. But summer's coming up, some grandparents are caring for their grandchildren. And it doesn't even have to be a grandparent. It could be just an older adult, an aunt or an uncle or something like that.
Does that have to be blood kin?
Yes. Blood, marriage, or adoption.
Oh, right, okay.
Blood, marriage, or adoption. Summer's coming up, usually during the school year things might be fine, but maybe during the summer they have to pay for some babysitting or a summer camp or something like that. And that's great. That's exactly what it can be used for in that case. Most of the time we deal with age 60 and older. That's the majority of what we see.
Yes.
And most of the grants that we see here can be used together for that age group. You
Yes.
get the biggest bang for your buck on if you're caring for somebody that is elderly, that has some dementia or other cognitive issues.
And with the caregiver grant, the way it works is you pay the charge, the amount that's needed, and then you receive back 75% of what you paid, up to $575. So that can go quite a ways in helping either someone with a child or someone with an elderly person that they're caring for to get respite or whatever they should need to take care of them. So that, again, is for relief for the caregiver so they can do daily activities that they need to take care of, whether it's the doctor taking a nap, going on a little trip, whatever the case may be. It'll help out a little bit. Now, if it's a trip, if they use it with us, it has to be a day trip because we're just open from 7 to 5. But, there's a lot of ways they can use that. And it's available once a year. You can apply for that once a year. Then there's a new grant that we learned about that is from Alzheimer's Arkansas, and it's for residents of Arkansas. They have to require assistance for caregiving daily, and they have to have an official diagnosis of dementia or some kind of cognitive impairment. And so it's a $350 grant. There's applications for it through our office, and our care coordinators can help with that. And it can be used to assist with the caregiver grant. Say if you can pay the 75%.
Really? Wow.
If you can't afford the 25%, it can be added to help take care of that. And this grant can be applied for 2 times a year, so you can get that $350 2 times a year. So you can use that for respite.
The grants, they can almost like sandwich each other.
Yes, exactly.
Stack them together. Yeah.
If you meet the criteria for all these grants, you're looking at $575 from us, up to $700
on this one.
for this one if you get 2 grants a year for that one, plus that other $250. That's a pretty decent amount of money. I mean, it takes a little bit of legwork,
No, when you get a grant, does that affect the status with the IRS? Do you have to report those grants to the IRS as income?
If you receive over $600.
Really?
Yes, we do have to issue 1099s. If there's sometimes when a person might apply for our grant. Our fiscal year ends in June.
Okay.
And so, taxes go on a calendar year. Well, somebody might apply for one of our grants at the end of one fiscal year, and then they can apply for our grant again at the beginning of the new fiscal year, but they're both in the same calendar year. And so if they use those funds and they use over $600, then yes, we do issue a 1099. And as far as their individual taxes, they may not have to pay taxes on it.
Now, the grant money comes from our taxes that we give to the government, and the government can grant us our money back. Then we're going to pay tax on the grant, was tax money to begin with.
Isn't that double taxation?
And I don't know if that's up to you and your tax preparer, because a lot of people may not even have to.
Yeah.
But in a normal thing,
It's just the principle of it.
I know.
You've got elderly people that don't know what I went through with Mom, and that dementia.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me tell you, I got stories that'll curl your socks.
But I mean, if you use the 3, that's quite a bit of money that you, and it's from different sources, and so.
And this particular grant can be applied for from January to December. So you might get it in the spring and then get it again in the fall, or you might get it, say, in May and need to apply for it again, in June or July. But you can do that. But you have to follow the instructions they give you, because once you get this grant, you're required to turn in your receipts and stuff so that they can see where you've used it, because it can be used in several different ways, not just respite care, but home care supplies, caregiver mental health counseling, minor home modifications with prior approval, senior legal fees, utilities.
And our grant can be used for a lot of those same things too.
And other things that, are required to take care of the home. So it can be used several ways, but they get used a lot for respite because the caregiver just needs the break.
Wow.
And you have to fill out like a survey at the end.
There is a survey. There's an application and a survey, and you have to send all your receipts in on this one, or you won't be allowed to get it again within that year or years to come. So, they have a few requirements, but they're minor. It's not really that big of a deal for that kind of thing. So, just take a few minutes and take care of it. But it would be a huge help. Like you said, once you stack them all together, that's quite a significant amount of money. So,
a lot of opportunities available right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Lots of free money.
Well, we're going to take that break, 7:31. We'll come back with Jamie and Tina right after this.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. And now, something we've all been waiting for to hear about Medicare.
Yeah, we got the positive stuff first. Now we're going downhill.
And now, Jamie Cooley.
So first, it's the money you can get. Now it's the money that's going to be taken away if you. Okay, so today's topic about Medicare, I wanted to talk about late enrollment penalties. Okay, so Medicare has pretty strict rules about. These are the times in your life when you are supposed to sign up for Medicare. And typically, if you sign up for Medicare, you have to sign up for Medicare when you're eligible. And if you don't sign up when you're eligible, somebody turns 65, there are some circumstances. Maybe you have work insurance, or there's lots of different things. Even when you have work insurance, there are some instances when you still have to sign up for Medicare. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It depends on the number of employees that are there, and it's kind of a lot of stuff. But basically, when you're eligible for Medicare, you have to take it. Okay. And some people might think, well, I'm plenty healthy. I'm not going to take, I'll just wait till my work insurance is doing fine. I'll just wait. Well, then they retire, go to sign up for Medicare, and realize they didn't fit into that criteria where they could wait. So now they are faced with a late enrollment penalty. Okay, so your basic Medicare is Part A and Part B. Part A is typically free anyway because you've paid in as you work. Part B is the one you still have to pay a premium for it, and it is the part that covers doctor-related expenses, so when you go to the doctor and stuff. So for every 12-month period that you did not enroll in Medicare Part B when you were eligible, you have to pay a 10% premium penalty unless you had insurance based on you or your spouse's current work, or you're eligible for a Medicare savings program. So a Medicare savings program is a category, it's kind of run through like Medicaid, but if you have a income and assets that meet the criteria, you can get your Medicare premiums paid for free. And so if you forgot or delayed enrolling, and then you are eligible for that program, well, then you still don't have to pay the premium. You can sign up and everything will be fine. Same way with some of those current work insurances. If you meet those criteria, then you don't get a late enrollment penalty. But if you are retired, once you turn 65, you are disabled for a couple of years and you don't sign up on time, that's the penalty. We haven't seen people we see people that come in that have not enrolled. And then another thing is you can't just go into Medicare, into the Social Security office today or, in the middle of summer and say, okay, well, I forgot to enroll. I'm going to enroll now. They have an enrollment period, and you're going to have to wait till that enrollment period comes back around. Typically, when you're first eligible, you get an enrollment period just because you're first eligible. You get a certain amount of time. Then after that, if you don't do it then you have to wait till January to March, and then you can enroll. So if for some reason you incur this penalty, it kind of stays with you the rest of your life. You have to pay that penalty every month for as long as you have Medicare. So right now, the Medicare premium, I can't remember, it's somewhere around $140. I don't remember exactly. So 10% of that would be $14 a month. So an extra 10% or an extra $14 is going to be tacked onto your premium every single month for the rest of your life. So don't.
How about that? Wonderful.
The moral of the story is just go ahead and sign up when it's time to sign up.
The moral of the story is be very careful when you're eligible for Medicare. Make sure before you choose not to enroll, make sure that you're not going to get it later.
Dear Congress, stick this in your ear. Oh, man.
I don't think that's
Come
gonna work
on.
out.
Yeah. Well,
so if some dude lives 103, I mean.
If he didn't sign up on time. If you sign up on time, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Set your watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, pretty much. Well, and then there's an appeal process. If you want to appeal your Part B premium penalty, there are instructions on how to do that. To successfully appeal your penalty, you need to prove that you were enrolled in Part B or had coverage through a current employment during the relevant time period. If your appeal is unsuccessful, then you have the right to take it further up the line and request a hearing by an administrative law judge. So there's that. Now, also, Part D for your drugs is also another required insurance that you have. You have to have drug coverage. And if you don't sign it, that's the one we see more often, is people will get their Medicare A and B, but they don't take any prescriptions right away, so they think, I'll just wait, I'm just going to save that money, I'm not going to sign up for a drug plan. Well, there's a late enrollment penalty for that as well. So then they come in, during open enrollment in the October, November timeframe. They'll say, okay, well, I'm ready to enroll. And we find out they're 70 and have never had a plan before, don't qualify for delaying enrollment. You can delay enrollment just like with Part B, and there's basically 3 criteria when you can delay enrollment. You have to have creditable coverage, which means that you have drug coverage that is as good as Medicare Part D, so it could be from an employer insurance. 2, you might qualify for the Extra Help program, which means you meet income and asset criteria to receive a discount, and then that will allow you to not have the penalty. Or 3, you prove that you received inadequate information about whether your drug coverage was creditable. So there might be some people that have drug coverage and, maybe provided through an employer insurance, but it was not as good as Medicare's, but they were not notified of that. So they can prove that. Most employers have to provide this notice to their employees every year about basically saying, yes, our insurance is as good as Medicare's. We get that. Yes. But I guess some places may not, And so if you can prove that, then you may not have to pay that penalty and you have to appeal it. And again, now the penalty for the prescription drug coverage is not quite as severe. If for every month that you have delayed your enrollment, this isn't a 12-month period now, this is for every month that you have delayed enrollment in Medicare Part D for your drugs, you have to pay a 1% Part D premium penalty. So right now the average monthly premium for Medicare Part D is about $30, we'll say. Okay, so 1% is 30 cents.
Per month.
Let's get picky.
So let's say, I'm going to have to pull out my calculator just to give you an idea. Okay, so let's say you just didn't enroll for 1 year. So you got 12 months at 30 cents every month. So that's $3.60 added to your $30 premium. So you got $33.60. And then, of course, that premium is going to go up every year probably. But that $3.60 is going to be tacked onto your monthly premium for the rest of your life.
So you might balance out that with how much the premium cost you per month for those years, and who knows? Maybe you'll come out ahead.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe you just enroll
Depends
when
on
you're
how
supposed
long
to.
you live.
Yeah, maybe you should just enroll when you're supposed to.
For another 30 years.
Yeah, so you have to kind of think, is it really worth it to incur that penalty? And actually, I've had a handful of people say, yeah, it is, because I'm very healthy and I'm already 70 and I still don't take medicine. I'm going to take my chances and wait another few years until I start needing it. And there are all those, good RX and those little prescription things that are out there now that sometimes, and like the Walmart thing, you can go in and a lot of generics are just $4, or they used to be. I don't know if they still are, but, there's little things like that most people can just get by if they need an antibiotic every now and then. Yeah. Not most people. There is a handful of healthy people that can do that.
Jamie, do you ever just get, it sounds like a roadmap, like we're trying to plan a trip from Dallas to Philadelphia and get all these little, side roads. Do you ever just get frustrated trying to figure out the best route for each individual?
It's very challenging, but I like it.
I hope to say, yeah.
It's like every day is like just a really new and unique challenge. It's really great if we can get to people right when they first are eligible for Medicare and give them the counseling that they need to know to make an educated choice. To say, this is what you need to do. These are your options if you go about it the way you're supposed to. And this is what's going to happen if you don't. So here you can make an educated choice. It is sad to see people come in after the fact that weren't educated and struggle because, they're in a bad situation. And, there's sometimes that we can find them a program that can help. Sometimes we can't. And it's like, I'm sorry, this is just the way it is. I'm sorry that you weren't educated or whatever. And then it's kind of neat sometimes to see people make the choice of, I'm just going to roll the dice and gamble and I'll just take that penalty and I'll be fine with it. It's just a different scenario every time. We've had people come in, there will be people that complain about having to pay $20 or $30 for a prescription every month. But then you see another side and they're like griping about that because they don't qualify for any extra benefits. But they don't see the person that's a cancer patient that comes in that is grateful that they don't have to pay $10,000 a month anymore. They might have to pay $8,000 for the year for their prescriptions, but at least they're not paying $10,000 a month anymore. Yeah. And so it's all a matter of perspective, and they're so grateful that they can get some kind of relief.
Yeah.
You know, some of this just gets downright frustrating. You know, to hear Jamie talk about some of this stuff.
So anytime you have a penalty, there's always a way to appeal it if you want to appeal. I'm not going to go into the details of that because it's
long and complicated process.
You can appeal. Just know that you can appeal.
Else in the government.
Yeah, if you feel like you were mistreated or whatever, everybody always has a right to appeal if it's a government thing. You know, you don't get a benefit. You always have a right to appeal somewhere or complain somewhere. There's always investigative, and it's not always, Medicare designates certain companies that are, what's the right word, non-biased, that are separate from the drug companies and the people involved in the benefits. So that way it's kind of stays unbiased and they can really look objectively at the situations. That's the way it is what we have with Medicare, with Medicaid. That's happening a lot right now. People getting denied benefits, doing lots of appeals. Complaints about getting improper care at a doctor or hospital or whatever. There's all kinds of independent entities that can look into that and help.
I'm biting my tongue, 7:46, taking a break so I can cool off, come back. Be right back.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Did you ever learn to count forward?
I've been giving you really good countdowns
Well,
now.
I tell you,
Come
yeah.
on.
Very nice. And we're back at 7:49. When it comes to, I got to bring up this Medicare, Medicaid stuff. Can you tell the government was involved?
Yes. Most definitely.
I mean, while Jamie was sitting here talking, you can grab, go to Dallas and you can grab I-35 to I-44, and you can almost go to Philadelphia without even a road map. But this sounds like it sounded like Congress gave 14 pieces of paper to first graders, says draw us a map on how to do this. It just sounds ridiculous.
We used to do a presentation. They used to have it titled Navigating the Medicare Maze.
Yeah.
That was our presentation we used to do.
The maze, yeah.
Because it is like a maze.
Do you think maybe they make it complicated so people can't take advantage of it? Because it costs so much, healthcare costs so much, so they think, well, if we make it really complicated, the people that try to scam the system won't bother with it.
No, not necessarily, because I can take an example of, there's people, like we're fortunate, we have an employer, and a good portion of our health insurance is paid by our employer, and we only pay a fraction of that. If you're self-employed, if you are a farmer, if you are not Medicare eligible, insurance is astronomical.
So now, wait a minute. So a farmer, he's got his own business. He's not eligible?
No, I'm talking about before they're Medicare eligible.
Okay, yeah.
Like a person that's in their 50s farming and has no other option for health insurance has to take, just a private insurance off the marketplace or whatever. Your average premium is probably going to be $500 or $600 a month. I know this because I've looked into it because, my husband has a private, we were looking whether to add him onto our insurance or do our own privately. And, my parents own a farm, and it's ridiculous. It's high. And it's a relief to go down to the costs at times of what Medicare is. It just depends on the situation you're in.
So you could have so many different scenarios here. She does an outstanding job keeping, she just amazes me with the information every month when we come in and talk about this. Wow.
Yeah. You have to keep up with that.
Yeah. It's just very important to be educated, to turn to the area agency or other organizations that can help you weed through everything and see what's right for you. But the most important thing is to educate yourself. If it's for yourself or for your parents or whoever it may be, get started earlier the better, but educate yourself.
There's lots of different options, which is a good thing. Nothing's going to be perfect. If we want fantastic insurance, we need to probably move overseas because I think, the Scandinavian countries that have just, was it socialist countries? I don't know what it is. It's some countries over there that just have phenomenal, educational benefits and insurance benefits, and their taxes are through the roof.
Like
50%.
So
I think Denmark's like 70 now.
You got to take, nothing. It's just the way it is. It costs to
it's going to cost
live.
you one way or the other.
It's going to cost you one way or the other. And so I feel like, just my own personal opinion, nothing's going to be perfect for anybody.
You brought up a good point, though. What would happen if one of these socialists got elected? What would happen to
it would take a lot to, it takes a lot to change a law. A president can't just come in and change it. It's got to go through your 3 branches and all that. So,
but it would signal to the people that that's what we want, in which case the pressure would be on Congress, right? If we chose somebody like Bernie Sanders, that would say we want what he is proposing. And so the president goes, the rest of the country goes, right?
Well, that's what happened with Obama. We have things in place now, called Obamacare, and our insurance structure is the way it is because of, he was elected because he touted a certain thing. Enough people agreed. He was put in office. He was able to make some, it wasn't exactly what he originally, it never is.
What happened to the insurance prices? And there's one pharmaceutical company that were selling pills for like $900 a pill because of some of this stuff. Is that not gouging?
Well, I feel kind of like it is, but
I know. It is what it is. Anyway,
we're better get off that one.
Yeah, we probably better get off the political statements.
Basket bingo.
Basket bingo.
Let's talk about
something fun and happy.
Let's raise some money for these folks.
Yeah.
So, if anybody has money, there's seniors out there that really need help, and so that's our core mission at the Area Agency on Aging is to commit financial and human resources to enhance the lives of seniors in the Northwest Arkansas community. And so, we can't just rely on the government for everything. It's not possible. We have to support each other. And that's why we are in place. We are in place because of a governmental act, the Older Americans Act, but we can't solely rely on that. We have to have help from the community. That's why we're always having these fundraisers and taking donations and things like that. So one of the things that our agency provides, we have the senior centers in 9 counties, and they provide nutritional services, socialization, health and wellness, and I can't remember some of the other things, but that's the basics: health and wellness, nutritional, and socialization and stuff like that. And so they're required to match, I think, like half, maybe, of their funds.
Probably.
I can't remember. But they're required to match half their funds with donations, and so that's why we're always doing stuff. And so currently they have this basket bingo.
Yeah.
And you have that.
So basket bingo is February 29th. It's from 1. It starts at 1. The doors open at noon. And you basically buy your card for $10, and then additional cards are $5. And it's called basket bingo because those who win get this basket full of stuff. And I've cruised through looking at some of them baskets. They've got a lot of them, and they've got some pretty neat stuff in those baskets.
Really?
So
it's fun.
So you donate. They've got these really cool baskets you win if you're the winner. And it says that there's a concession stand with drinks and light snack items and a 50-50 door prize drawing. So that'll be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of people show up to that. It's a really good event. Also,
and just a second, before we finish about that, some of our fundraisers, people might think, oh, well, I mean, I'm not 60, so I can't go to the senior center. That's not true. No. Our senior center, probably in our whole region, is one of the youngest. There are people that attend like the exercise classes and stuff like that aren't 60, and like attending the fundraisers and things. If you like bingo, and even if you're not 60, you can come and do that. Just the difference is people that are 60 and older are not charged for things. It's just donation only. And if you're under age 60, sometimes you might have to pay because our funds don't cover that.
Like for the lunches, the congruent lunches, the 60 and older, they have a $3 donation. If you're under 60, I think it's $6.
You pay the full price of the meal.
I wanted to ask you real quick, your cost per meal is what for the Meals on Wheels? Is it $6.50, but you only charge
somewhere
$3?
around
it's
there.
Like
I don't really know.
You
Robin's
take a 50%
the best one to
loss
ask for that.
It's something like that.
Loss,
basically, they ask the $3 is probably less than half of what it costs them.
And yet you do what? Over 200 a day.
Yes,
I believe so.
Yes,
250, I heard.
Yeah. And not just the congruent meal, but the Meals on Wheels program, where they take it to the homebound folks. So, yeah, it's a lot for them to do every day. That kitchen is hopping, but they take care of it. So one of the things they're doing for the Meals on Wheels program is this recipe book. It's pretty cool. I skimmed through it. It's recipes from different people who come to the daycare. And it's not just your ordinary recipe book. It also has dairy-free, gluten-free, keto, pet recipes. I mean, it has all the basics, but it also added some extra things. And I looked through it, and some of them sound pretty tasty. So, and I'm sure pets would love the pet ones too. So.
Is that for sale?
So this is a $10 donation. It's a great gift item. I mean, a lot of people bought them for Valentine's and stuff, but birthdays or whatever. It's a great little item to have, or just to have it because there's great recipes in it. So that's the only 2 fundraisers I know that they're doing right now. But
update us when something else comes out. Let us know.
We'll keep you up on it.
Just a
but again, the senior center is a lot of activity. They have a library. They have a pool room. They have an exercise room. They have exercise classes. They have music that comes in the evenings on Thursday and Friday. Of course, the meal is served there. You can go there just to socialize. They have card games, bingo, drawing, all kinds of activity. You just go
and
up there.
And a van. Transportation,
if you need transportation to get there. So just run up to the senior center and get one of their newsletters that has all the activities in it and the times and stuff, and check it all out, because if you're looking for something to do, there's something to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the phone number over there is 424-3054.
Mm-hmm. And then what's your phone number? We just have about 30 seconds, I think.
My phone number at the adult daycare is 425-7585. And for the grants and everything, and to find out about in-home service and assistance with all the things we talked about today.
425-9811 is Area Agency on Aging.
And hey, thanks for being here again. A lot
Thank
of
you.
information. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.